Good morning, fellow trappers. Madtrapper here. Just getting ready to head out to set out a bunch of bobcat traps on areas that I've never set foot on before. This will be a totally new line. I've only ever trapped on 2 of the places, and that was only water sets, beaver and muskrat trapping. So be a new adventure for all of us. Just a quick rundown of the sets and the equipment I'm taking, and then we'll head out. Here are the what I call my MT bucket sets, cubby sets. 3 to a stack. I already have, each one has the trap in it, the flag in it, so when I get there, all I have to do is dig the trap a bed, run the chain out, wrap it around something, and bait it and get going. Hang the flag, put my bucket up there with my bobcat beaver lure and some bobcat urine, and then down here just more buckets. I have a total of 23 buckets, and then this here bucket's a bucket of beaver scraps from when I was flushing my beavers this last week and a half, so that's what I'm gonna use for bait. Taking some 330s and a few footholds for beaver. There's a couple spots I got beaver I'm gonna kill. 2 buckets of dry dirt peat moss mix, a couple more of the buckets, and then of course just my tools and equipment that I'll need. 2 foothold traps down there for beaver. It looks like a TS85 and an MB750 it looks like. My bags that I'll use at the sets, I'll show you what I use those for. And then the only other thing I got is my rods for the beaver footholds. I keep in here. These are the Hags slider rods. You got the little tips on them. They're 8 foot long. Little stop on that end. This will be pretty much my first time using them. I used them a couple times this year. Caught a beaver and an otter with them, but not to give them a very good workout yet. So we'll put them out, a couple of them out today, and see how they work. A little carrier I built to carry them on, just kind of screwed to the top of the cab there. And this is actually my canoe rack I made, and it actually straddles it so I can have it there with the canoe. So anyway, we'll get some hip boots on and we will get going and see what we can get out today, and hopefully next few days have some bobcats. All right, trappers, I think we found our first location. I only bought 1 battery, so of course I won't be able to film all these, but I'll do what I can. Anyway, we came from through here. There's a gateway up there. There's a big patch of evergreens up on the hill. Got a creek right here. It's a small branch of it, and then the big branch is just on the hump on the other side. Maybe 30 yards to the actual creek bank. But then coming through here along the top, got a nice little thick area, thick brush line, and it goes to another patch of timber, it looks like, on down there a few hundred yards. So this should be a grand corridor for the cats to walk through. You can see all these cattle trails coming from here, all connect right here. Then they go on up, and they go through a gate up there. Kind of hard to find cat tracks. I like to when I can, but I don't really care. You just kind of pick where they're going to go, and they'll be there. But several coyote tracks are there, so I'm figuring somewhere right in here, probably on that grassy flat right there, we're going to drop a bucket cubby in. We'll get right back with you. All right, got everything ready, I believe. The ground here is froze. It's that stupid ground right now. It's about 40 degrees. You got thawed mud on top of frozen ground. Horrible to get around in. So my digging tool at these and them situations is a double bit axe. Works great for me. I use it on my ice trapping and on this kind of trapping. So we got the flag. We have trap here. We got grass in there for him. I'm looking at probably about right here, close to the trails, just right off the trails. I'm gonna set the trap right here. and we'll show it when we're done. All right, Trapper, here's the first set of the day. Again, right along these trails, flag. I do put a fishing swivel in the center so they can sit there and spin in the wind all day long. They won't get tangled up. I use a real thin lacing copper wire. It doesn't rust. I can coil them up and reuse them year after year. There's the actual set. Use a couple of hedge balls, sticks around it, trap pan exposed. I don't know if it show up. This is actually a little grass hump. So got an easy path, step right there. Got my Bobcat Beaver caster lure on the stick. Urine on that hedge ball, a little got in the bucket. And then back in the bucket, some beaver scraps. Right along his trail. And he comes through here, which we hope they do. We should have them. On down to the next one. All right, trappers, down here in the little bottom. This goes on, decent sized piece of timber there. Some draws, can't see them, but there's like 5 or 6 draws feeding down in there. Come up here, they actually split off here. A couple deer hides laying out there in the field. Always get a tractor. The ditch drops off like straight off. So any cats working up in these draws up in here or anywhere, they're gonna come through, and there's a trail right here. Deer trail, I'm sure, but every cat follows a deer trail. Comes out, runs right along this edge, heads up into that timber. So we are gonna go right back up in here somewhere between those 2 trees and put in a covey. Now these, as I showed earlier, are already ready. We got the trap, the drag, and the flag in there. I put a piece of plastic in there, just one. Ooh, it's blowing off. Starting to get a little windy out. It wasn't at all earlier. Then I'm going to put in just a couple handfuls of dry mixed dirt. Again, it's just the powder dry. You can see how dry it is. Filled dirt and peat moss. Earlier when I started sitting this morning, it was so froze I was half using an axe, but it's actually warmed up enough that I can bust through the crust with my sawed hammer. Use my stick here, get me a piece of bait or 2. Again, this is just beaver scrapings from the beaver fur I just had in working. Take all this stuff and scoot right up here. Haven't been up here yet to see if there's a really good location, but again, there's a chance they'll be down there on the ditch. But they like it high up, so I really think they're going to be right up in here. I'll set this one here today. And it really looks like standing here tomorrow. I may put one right down in the center of that ditch. If this trail didn't lead off that way, I'd do it right now. Anyway, let's go ahead and knock this one out. Good place for a walkthrough set. You got the trail coming through right here. Got this here stump. You can move another thing here, put a nice walkthrough in right there, but we're going to stick with the bucket. So the trap's going to be right there. Not really trying to dig a real deep trap bed like I was going to bed the trap fully. Just more or less making a depression. All right. Get the trap out here. Get that out and throw that over there. sandwich bag. As you see, like I said earlier, it froze this morning. Things are thawing out right now. I waited to January hoping there'd be ground would be froze and there'd be snow on the ground and harder trapping conditions, but it keeps the stupid coons and possums out of the set. So I'm sure over the next week or 10 days to 2 weeks, we're going to see plenty of possums and coons, unfortunately. Again, I don't like them sitting around the set. Got a little fence right here, so we're going to take advantage of that, put that on the other side and hook it into the fence. That'll go there a good minute. Number 3, Victor. This is one of them. I put the sandpaper on the pad just to give them a little something to step on. I've never done it before, but it never hurts to make little improvements. Nothing else that stives off the boredom in the summer. Gives me something to do. Just bed that down in there good. Put the rest of this. Now you don't have to have these bedded like you would a proper canine set. I always lay the bucket on the handle too. Now these little humps, I hope that shows, I want to leave them because that in itself is a stepping guide. Alright, get the bait, throw it up in there. Kind of use the leaves to wipe the bait off my glove a little bit. But again, it doesn't really matter because we're not canine trapping. I'm gonna find me a length of stick that ain't too bad. There we go. And what this is for, that is my bait stick, my lure stick, excuse me. Little Bobcat caster. You dump it in there, and I have a bunch on there, don't take much. You won't even have to reach up there to smell it. Get some more of this leaves and stuff. I always put on the corner as a lure holder. Don't want to stick on there. Put this right there, like that. So, I'm in a urine holder, excuse me. Put that right there. Little cat urine. I'm going to give them several things to smell, but only one place to do it from. That is standing on the trap. Now, it's fine if he comes over here, it's fine if he comes here, and it's fine if it comes in there. The only comfortable place for him to step is right on the pan, and that is what we want. See if we can find a place to hang this. As I said earlier this morning when I was loading up, I've never trapped this area before. There's actually some people who live right over that hill. So I don't know them. Hope they don't get out. And that's why I hate using flags on these sets. I shouldn't really need one, but we're going to put one anyway. Locust tree, always fun. There we go. Well, maybe if he is down there, he'll see that and want to come up. So, urine, Bobcat caster, bait up in there. Hopefully you see up in there, but it's covered. Cat's gonna work through here. Got a trail coming here, got a trail coming here. Going on down there. They do like the up high, so gambling will be up here. Tomorrow we'll probably put a set down there, but I want to go cover some of the other properties today and I'm running out of time. It's about 2 o'clock. Get that leaf off of there, I don't like that. Not that one leaf matters, but we'll put him right there. Now, drag Like I say, it's drag, yes, but I don't use them as drags. But I don't want to stake that to set. Weave it through this fence. An elephant can't get it out of there. The cat will be over here wrapped around these trees, not tearing the set up. All right. I do believe we're going to put a set right here under one of these evergreens, more or less. Feeling it right here. Put the flag up high enough they can see it from there. Most likely they're going to hunt this edge, go on, continue on, vice versa, come up and down this ridge. I think this here is the central location. Let's hit it. There we are. I think we'll have us a bobcat bouncing around here. Let's go ahead and wrap that one more time just to make sure. Oh, coon, don't work that off here and come back. Here in Missouri, the serious cat trappers, you know, get out and put multiple. I'm talking 20 sets plus out. We have to go through about 10 non-catches for every one cat we catch. Sometimes you can go up, I've had it up to 20. Well, let's move on. All right, trappers, this is probably my last post for the day because my battery's about to go dead. But I want to show set location. We come down here and everything kind of comes together here. You got heavy cedars on that side, going down to a pretty woolly bottom. This goes uphill quite a little ways, all cedars on both sides. Out here, you got where they logged before, pushed pretty much a blockade of brush all the way through here. Now the cats are going to want to work through these cedars. I don't know if you can see up underneath there, but it is beautiful. You can see two trails coming out, probably deer trails. And then they're going to go across into those cedars or down into the bottom. I'm not going to show the set. I know I'm going to run out of battery. But we're going to go right up here, about just inside these trees. And make a setup under probably that cedar right over there. And hopefully tomorrow I can show you something bouncing around in it. Okay guys, this stuff's getting weirder and weirder. Running Bobcat line, pretty much the bucket cubbies. I got a couple other sets out. Other day caught that coyote. You know, I never catch much other than bobcats, coons, possums, skunks in these bucket cubbies. Here I am up on this here creek bank. You know, water down there, not much. And I come up here today check my trap, and would you believe it? A friggin' beaver and a predator set bucket right there. How did that happen? Only thing I could figure, he's walking along that trail, and I did have it pretty close to the trail, actually off the side just a little bit. That is crazy. He's not happy. Anyway, I'll get him taken care of and get it remade. Just come up the bank, buggy's parked over there. It is a heck of a bank to climb up and down. This is one of them sets you don't want to check day after day after day with nothing in it. Just got up here, bucket's course turned around facing the wrong way. I had it facing north, it's facing south. Can't see anything for sure, but there better be something in that trap. So yeah, right, and look, the tree, right to the left of the tree, you can see a bobcat head looking at us. Boom, Jed's main there. There he is, pretty good size one too, not huge, but definitely a full-grown adult male, or female male, whatever, but definitely a good size one. That one, that scared the cameraman a little bit.
Yeah.
Camera woman.
Got me.
Good catch. Now, if you look on there, I'll show you in a minute, but that's one of them number 3s that I put the sandpaper disc on. I cover all the jaws and the levers of the trap, but I don't, I leave that disc exposed, which I do the pans of traps anyway, but nice to see one of them pay off a little bit. All right, man, this is Madtrapper. We got a big old log pile right up here. I don't know if it'll pick up in there very good or not, but got a lot of the brush pushed along here from years ago. Of course, prime cat hunting habitat. They'll be working the back of this. Coming through here, looking at all these little brush piles. So we're gonna put a little bucket cubby in right here. And think about it, right there. Back when we used to have gray fox, this would be great gray fox habitat, but haven't caught one of them in years. Sounds like I'm hitting metal. Nope, rock. I was hoping there was going to be a nugget of gold. I was going to quit trapping right now. Not really. All right. Get my little bag. Put it in there. Another one of those number 3 Victor round jaws with the sandpaper on it. Fits perfect. Take that back up. Night latch it. Take a little dirt. Put it on there. So the bed good and solid. It's supposed to rain tonight. A little snow in the morning. So now again, I'm just kind of filling in around the trap. I'm not trying to get too crazy on covering it. I want a good way for him to come in though. Uncover the pan. Peel there, we'll put it up there. Alright. Now we're going to put a hump back here. We'll leave these open for him to come in. And of course we're going to block this off really well. Now it already has bait up in the bucket. This is a bucket I just pulled from a crazy area that I got tired of driving into. So we're just moving it. A little Bobcat pea there. stick here too. Put that in, yeah, that'll work. Put a little Bobcat caster. Now yesterday at one of the buckets, I caught a beaver. It came to the caster, of course, but that wasn't the unusual thing. It was like here. I mean, the creek was yards away, dry. Beaver's up in the brush walking around. Really don't know what he was doing. All right, now I'll put the finishing touches on it. Stepping sticks. Ooh. There we go. Little stepping stick there. Use that beam for that one. Now for him to come in, doesn't matter front, side to side, doesn't matter. Good place to stand there. He can stand here, he can stand here, but if he wants to get in front of the bucket or go on through, the only comfortable place for him to stand there. I know you can't tell, this is actually humped up here, sunk down there with leaves in it. The only comfortable place to stand is right there on the trap pan. Now hang our flag, which back in here is not a bad idea to have a flag. I don't use them all normally, but we are kind of back in amongst stuff, so it won't be a bad deal. Make it just out of reach, but where they can see it. Now, on this, you can tell the filming's a lot better. My editor-in-chief is with me today, so she's doing the film. So, probably a lot better for you guys. But anyway, this is it. We caught the one Bobcat a while ago, same kind of set. These are identical. The locations may change because you got to go where the cats are, but the sets are just identical. I mean, repetitive. Just, do that and you will catch cats. She gives you her guarantee.
Yeah. Anyway,
I'll challenge this off. Another thing is, one of the guys commented that, he don't like to use drags. You don't want to have to hunt. I don't, again, I've said it before, I don't use these as drags unless I'm out west. Here, I'll wrap them around a couple times and thread it underneath and back over. All that'll do is get that cat down here and he'll wrap around that big tree, wrap around up in here, and he won't be up there tearing up stuff. If you left him staked here, tear up the bucket, tear up the flag, you'd have to be replacing stuff all the time. Plus then you got to remake the set. Now, I'll dispatch him down there or whatever I catch. All I do is reset the trap, bait it if it needs. It's just that quick. We're on to the next one. All right, trappers, back at the place where I caught the beaver yesterday. I wanted to give a little more explanation on that one. She's going to zoom down here or film down here. There's a little bitty feeder house down there. You can see the branches in the water, little feed pile. And on the ice right below her, you can see a lot of air bubbles going through the ice. I knew there was a beaver around here. I was actually going to set 330 down there, which I still probably will anyway. But, this hill, that's 20 foot straight up and down. No trees up here for it to cut. And right over here in that bucket is where we caught the beaver yesterday. Now, again, I know it's coming to the caster gland, but, I just like, what was it doing up here in the first place anyway? So, yeah, that was just kind of odd. If that bucket would have been set down there on the creek, where bobcats do run, and if it was froze on ice, it would be down there. But it wouldn't be a surprise. But up here in kind of the middle of nowhere, it was an odd catch. Coon, scourge of the cat line. This is the place I filmed when I first set. It has the brush pile out here, brush on both sides. I have this coon trail coming through here. I knew it was coon trail, but every cat's going to come through here. Again, this is getting on to the middle of January. It's supposed to be cold. They're supposed to be hibernated. I mean, here in this part of Missouri, right now our average high is like 31 degrees. Average low is like 16. Coons should be denned up. So that's why I wait till January, but it's not working. I actually had a coon here yesterday too that I didn't film. But if she can get old Heidi in there or not, but Here's a good view of him. But anyway, we'll get him taken care of and move on down the line. Another prime example of bobcat trapping in the heat of January. I've never seen a skunk tear this much up, I don't think. Of course, he's right over there moving. This was a walk-through set, trail going along the edge of this weedy field. And of course, coyote, possibly a fox. Bobcat was what I was hoping for, but being warm, all the vermin still out and about. So we'll take care of him and then get on down the road.